So aloha, everyone, and welcome to our November Heart to Spirit Connections webinar. And my name is Karinna, and our topic today is, are you enough? Let go of judgment and fall in love with yourself. And I just want to let you know that this Heart to Spirit Connections webinar focuses on expanding our heart's connection with spiritual guidance and elevating our awareness of love using the tools of Lemurian conscious creation, including signature cell healing, the 10 principles of consciously creating, which were brought forth by my mentors, Kahu Fred Sterling and Master Guide Kiro. And Master Kahu Fred said famously, the quickest way to heal is to remember that you came here to fall in love with yourself. So isn't that, sounds oh so simple in Kahu's quote. But however, that is a journey that we're all on. It helps to know that. And also it helps to have everything that they guided us through to help us get through our journeys, because simple, yes, but when we're in the middle of something really challenging, it doesn't feel so simple, right? So what can we do? So I want you first to join me in a centering prayer. So everybody just sit comfortably and take 5 deep breaths. And just feel the golden particles going through your crown chakra and through the pineal gland. And they come out the pineal gland in white light. You draw them down into your heart, lock the breath, exhale through your palms, and just let that light come out through every cell in your body. And keep breathing as I call upon the Creator's light, the Christ light, the Goddess Weave of Love, Master Guide Kiro, Master Kahu Fred, and all the beautiful energies of love that guide us in our journey, the higher selves of everyone on the call and those that will be joining us later. We call forth the love of Mother Earth, the guides, the angels, and the guardian lights for this planet, because we're on a healing journey here in the light of the Creator, and that Creator light is within us. We are never separated from this Creator light. And though we may feel that sense of separation, we know that we are never alone, that we are always in the light of the Creator, and everyone around us is on a journey of love as well. And so we offer this prayer from our hearts in love. So it is. Amen. Okay, so that's just the beginning of me bringing in the topic for today. But what I'd like to do first is pick a Lemurian prophecy card. So this is another of the great things that Kahu Fred and Master Guide Kiro gave us, channeled for us, brought through to help us in our journey. So the Lemurian prophecy cards I do every morning, and I do a 5-card spread. But what I'd like to do first is introduce you to the Lemurian numerology. So I'm going to shuffle 5 times, because 5 is the number for love. So I'm going to shuffle 5 times, and we're going to have a card that represents this program today. So everybody send your light into the cards. And we got a nice goddess group here today, so I really feel that. So we're going to cut the cards in half, and then we'll take the top card. And the card for today is the 4 of Spades. So we know that the 4 is a number for balancing the 4 bodies, and also the power of your thoughts. Because the 4th dimension, we're in the 3rd dimension now, which has that yin and yang, and we're good enough, or we're not good enough, or we're tall enough, or we're too short, or all this yin and yang. But at some point we go beyond it, and we get to the 4th dimension, which is about our thoughts and balance on the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies. So this, when we do the Lemurian prophecy cards, there are 4 suits. The diamonds is the physical, the hearts is the emotional, the mental is the spades is the mental, and the spades, I'm sorry, the clubs is the mental, and the spades is the spiritual. And what we've got here is a spiritual light of the 4th dimension with us today, because, you know, that's how I kind of see what's happening in our world right now, is the 4th dimension is permeating our 3rd dimensional world. And there are so many ways that people around the world can react to that, because the world as we've known it for thousands and thousands of years is, I don't want to say it's disintegrating, but it's unweaving, because a dimension is a weave of consciousness. And this consciousness weave of the 3rd dimension is fraying at the seams. And so when this 4th dimension comes, that, you know, Master Guy Carroll and Kahu Fred have told us in their work about the great shift in consciousness. And there's plenty in this book, Guide to the Unseen Self, which is very practical book about that. When that happens, there is a period of time where we have both dimensions kind of weaving together on this earth plane. Now, if you're a spiritualist, like most of you listening to this and those on the call here, you're going to know that we have the tools from Kahu Fred and Master Carroll and things that I brought through that will help us get through this time and help us keep centered in our hearts. So this 5 breath self-healing meditation that I like to do, and it's a big part of the signature cell healing workshops, this is so important to do every day so that you can stay in the present moment and not draw from the past or project yourself into the future that hasn't been created yet. So staying present with yourself in the now and asking yourself, what is the truth, will help you to get through whatever you might be experiencing now. So I'm really grateful for that card. And I'd like to know, first of all, let me introduce the topic again. Are you enough? Let go of judgment and fall in love with yourself. So in signature cell healing, and by the way, we're going to have another online workshop coming up early next year in February. So stay tuned for that. And I'll have more details on that on my website soon. In signature cell healing, we know that prior to coming in to begin an incarnation, when we're still in the spirit light, we put together this blueprint, and it's a life plan for everything that we want to do. And so you might be thinking, well, you know, I never would put this in a blueprint. What I'm living through right now, I'm not putting that in a blueprint. But you did. You did. We all put something that would be incredibly challenging, because it really wouldn't make sense to come here and just have a totally smooth ride. We all came here to heal something, to heal ourselves, and to age our souls, and to move out of any 3rd dimensional incarnations. So somewhere in that life blueprint is the memory that you are the light of the Creator, and that's within us. It's in our hearts, and it's in every cell of our physical body, because our cells have cellular memory, and they carry that memory. So even though that light, maybe we don't feel it all the time, and you know, there's many times when we feel that separation from the Creator, but the truth is we're never truly separated. There really is always that light within us, and we only create that sense of separation so we can actually do this human journey. And fortunately, we have the tools that will get us through it. And part of it is, you know, all the books from Kahu Fred, all the recordings, our regular meetings, signature cell healing, and what we can learn there to do every day so we can get through everything that we came here to heal. So we might feel alone or even judge ourselves, which is what gets back to this topic, right? We've all got this critical self that I know I do big time. And so I have this thing called the committee, right? And it always tells me, that was not good enough, and you need to go back and do it again. Or, my father was the reflection of that for many years for me, telling me you better wear something nicer if you're going to come to my store, or, these kind of things. Welcome, Tama. So, I mean, we all have that critical voice in our head. So, part of the journey is learning to mitigate that and to work with the reflections of other people in our lives that show that to us and have our critical sense, because we're all working on, self-judgment in some way, and our sense of self-worth. And some of it has to do with, well, am I thin enough? Am I smart enough? Do I have enough money? What about I'm comparing myself to another person. But if we don't fall into that trap, and we know that we are perfect lights of the Creator, then we can start to heal that, because we all come in with something in that way to heal. So how can we let go of this self-judgment and just fall in love with who we are? That's the question that I had for Master Guide Kirill. And just before I take your questions, I'll read you one paragraph of what he said. The rest is on my website on the Heart to Spirit Connections page. So Master Kirill said, use your meditations to center your mind in the fullness of your Creator light, and don't judge yourself good or bad. Realize that, yes, you are enough, and you can let go of any comparison with others or with your imaginary perfect self. You all have them. Just continue to do your journey and realize that you are doing a grand job of opening more and more to new levels of love every day. And then there was a little bit more that you can read. Well, I love that idea of, getting rid of your imaginary perfect self, because I'm always working on that perfect self. And that perfect self is who we are actually right now. There's nothing that we have to do. We are already perfect. And if we want to make changes in our life, the 10 principles of consciously creating will help us to mastermind those changes. So that's a beautiful gift from Kahu Master Kirill as well. So how do you feel about that? I'm going to take a breath and let you, if you have any questions, just raise your hand on the window, or you can put it in the chat. And know that, this letting go, what Master Kirill has called staying present in the actuality of now. I love that phrase. And that comes from Master Guide Kirill's Prayer for the Beauty, Honolulu Church of Light. And it's from many years ago, but it's still so very relevant. And you can read that at HonoluluChurchofLight.com. Beautiful prayer for the beauty, where he encourages us to stay present in the actuality of now. So what does that mean to you when we stay present in the actuality of now? Does that help you in any way? I'll take a breath so that you can respond. I see you. Are you raising your hand, Wendy? I see kind of a, okay. And Mary Faith too. First Wendy, and then I'll go to you, Mary Faith.
Okay, well, I was thinking about all of that, Karinna, and I do think a lot of us beat ourselves up a lot for feeling guilty about this and that and should do better. And now I added to my list, when I'm not present, I beat myself up for not being present.
Oh, wow.
That's really wonderful that you said that, because that's part of that journey, I think. And I think that's ongoing, to truly know that we're enough and to truly love ourselves. And I see that as a huge part of this journey. And I thank you for all the work you're doing with us to, assist us with that because, we're all the same, right? The same energy together here.
Yes, so beautiful. Thank you so much, Wendy. Yeah, the actuality of now, and I'll get to you too, Mary Faith. This idea of staying present, and I'm really focusing on that now, because that if I do that, then the past only exists in the way I remember it. I mean, everybody else is going to remember it a different way, right? My husband will remember whatever happened years ago a different way, and my brother will remember it, or other people I know will remember. But I remember it. I'm the one who thinks inside my head, right? I'm the only one thinking in there, and I'm really good at at judging myself. And you're right, Wendy. It is in levels. And we just keep working on it our whole time here, because it's that sense of separation that we heal when we actually die, when we get out and we see the Creator's light, and we're taken in to that beautiful light and realize, oh, I was never separate ever. It was always perfect. And there's that probably nobody that looks back and thinks, oh, I really regret doing that, or I really would like to go back and do that again. I'm telling you, there probably is nobody that crosses over that says that. And I asked Master Kirill that once, and he confirmed it. There's nobody that comes to him after passing that says, yeah, send me back. I want to change that, because we can't see the perfection right now. we can't know it. But in looking back on something, what we can do is change how we think about it, right? We have that ability. And here's a quote that the Kahu put in the signature cell healing workshops, and that I just recently, focused on. And it's from Max Planck, who is considered the father of quantum physics. And he said, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. So change the way, and it's a quantum physics principle. It's called the observer principle, right? So how we look at something is how it is. So what if we changed how we looked at the past, and we just thought, wow, I really did the best that I could right there, and I'm feeling good about it, and just let it go. That would change the way we look at things. And that for me is really, really helpful. So let me go to Mary Faith.
Well, mine is almost the same. Really, in my yoga class, we have a saying when the teacher notices that some of us are, like looking around the room or not paying attention or, spacing out. She says, this is what we have to say to ourselves. I am here now in this. And I say that to myself about 5 times a day, because the dog throws up, or the cat throws up, or the laundry machine, the washing machine breaks, or just everyday life gets in the way. And I have to stop and, not go into a fit and say, oh no, I have to clean up the vomit. No, I just say, okay, I am here now in this. I'm going to do it. And that's that.
That's so perfect, Mary Faith. I am here now in this. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
I love it.
It's the same thing. Yours is a little fancier, but Kahu Fred's was a little fancier, but it's the same thing.
Yeah, right. But I experienced the same thing trying to get into this webinar. I had I had to clean the cat box, right?
Right.
Spiritualists chop wood, haul water, for me, clean the house, clean the cat box.
Yeah.
We all have a life, right?
Yes.
So, but when it's time to focus, that is a great thing to say. I'm here now, and I, owing to the prayer from Master Kirill, I say I'm present in the actuality of now. And there's another quote that I want to mention that, well, the quickest way to heal is to remember that you came here to fall in love with yourself. I like that one, but also believe it and you will see it. So when we're in the actuality of now, we can believe what we want to manifest. So, if I'm, want to be more attentive, believe it and you'll see it. So I want to, I have these masterminds, or, believe that you deserve it, believe that you have it, and you will see it. So it isn't seeing is believing, it's believing is seeing. And it's a really important difference, because if we wait to see it, see it until we believe it, you're going to wait a long time. So believe it first and believe in yourself, right? So Sandra, thank you for, you've got Mahinaku. I want to go to you and then I'll get Sandra's comment there. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, I thought you were unmuted. Sorry, I muted you.
How's
Okay.
that? Am I back?
Thank you.
I was on a webinar with Puna Dawson. She's a Kumuhula,
Yes.
and she's working on this project of making the world aware of how important our forests are.
Mm.
And she said, and it just in my mind went, oh, that's the actuality of now. She's talking about the actuality of now. She's talking about hula and how we go from motion to motion as we tell a story. And as we go from motion to motion, we have to be present in the current motion in order to give the story out to those who are watching. But we need, and maybe it's not a but, it's an and we need to also respect the past, because the past is important to the story that we're trying to share.
Wow.
And just the way she said, we move from motion to motion. And then in my mind, it went click, click. Oh, that's the actuality of now. And here it's coming from a Kumuhula. And she's talking about hula and how we live our lives. We should live our lives just like we dance. Isn't that cool?
That is super cool. That is so beautiful. And I think about, isn't there a saying in hula where your eyes or where your hands go, the energy flows, or something like that, right? You're staying in the present. You really do have to stay in the present in hula, because you are telling a story. You have to communicate that one motion and then move to the next one. That is so perfect. Thank you so much, Mahinaku. That's awesome. Thank you. Sandra, now let's go to Sandra. Striving to meet the challenge of staying in balance as much as possible while wanting to and work on evolving ourselves is all that we really can do, right? Yeah, well, yeah. And you're doing it at the same time. You're staying in balance and evolving your soul, as because the balance, this is the way I see it, the balance is going to enable you to work through those challenges that come up. So when we're more in balance, and we're doing the 5 breath self-healing meditation 3 times a day, folks, take a lunch break. Okay, so 3 times a day. And that keeps you centered. When something comes up, do it again. Get the balance of the 4 bodies that way. That's our card over here. Get the balance of the 4 bodies that way, and life will become a little more easy to work through. Because heck, there's a lot of stuff that can come up for us right now, because this is the end of the 3rd dimension. And so our blueprints are coming up, levels of our blueprint. And I was talking to somebody about this the other day. The levels of our blueprint that we couldn't access before are opening up for us. So for example, in my case, I didn't get to this whole thing about all these past lives with when the osteoporosis got diagnosed, and I felt like my hip was caving in and I couldn't walk. And that was just 1.5 years ago, folks, so it took me years, and I didn't really start working on spirituality or working with Kahu until I was in my 40s, early 40s. So I had a whole life before that was not at all spiritual. And so I had a really lot of catching up to do. So as I caught up to it, these levels of my blueprint opened up, and now the challenging stuff comes. Now it's really important, all those tools that Kahu and Master Kirill gave us, because the big challenges are now, and we see it playing out in our lives and in the world. And when something comes up for you, just know you have the tools to get through it, and that you are very deeply loved. And sometimes it might not feel that way, but when you go into your heart, you can feel that love that brought you here for this experience. So I hope that helped. I'm going back to your text here, Sandra. How about that? Yes.
Great.
I think I missed a question. Yes, Mahinaku is very delightful. Thank you. I'm so glad she's my goddess sister. And so, okay, so we're staying present and avoiding drawing. If we have past memories coming up, even past life memories, think about how you're looking at them and change the way you look at things, and those things that you look at will change. Okay, so there was another point that I wanted to make was, oh, this is good. Seeing the reflections of self-judgment in your life and using them to propel your healing journey. So if we've got this self-judgment thing going on, and I did I still work on that, but it was a lot more challenging a few years ago. And I really manifested people all around me that would reflect to me my own judgment of self by judging me. So whatever we're working on, in order to help us, then we will manifest people around us that are challenging. And otherwise, I mean, why be here, right? We came here to work on our relationships. And this is a really particular dimension, the third dimension, where we can have this back and forth and the relationships and the reflection. So what we can do is elevate our own thoughts, right? You're not going to heal the other person. The only way you heal that other person is by healing yourself. So by amplifying your own love for self, doing the 5 breath self-healing meditation, breathing and coming into your heart, watch how the people around you shift and change. And that's what I really have seen in my own life. So let me get to some of these comments that are coming up too in the chat. Did I miss anything here? Somebody tell me. No, I don't think so. Right. Okay, so what do you think about that? I mean, how are those reflections in your life? I know in my life, one came up the other day. It was just like, wow. I have to, I had to listen to that challenge to my own self-worth, to my own feeling of self-worth. And I just realized I felt so strongly, and I believe so strongly in what I'm doing, that challenge just kind of hit my emotional body and fell to the floor. And I was really struck by that, because I thought, I'm not getting angry. I'm not barking back. I'm just really centered in what I'm doing, and I feel really good about it. And that was really something. So it's everybody, all of us in this journey on this earth plane are on a healing journey. And the greater we can do our own, the more we benefit Mother Earth and each other, and we can move through this great shift in consciousness. So you can use those reflections to propel your own healing journey by centering in love and just recognizing what is the challenge here? What do I need to know from this? And continually fall in love with yourself over and over again. Okay, so I got Sandra here. It says, wait a minute. Then can we assume that we're self-judgmental if others judge us critically at times? You're getting that reflection. If you're getting that reflection, yeah. And I was like, early on when I didn't understand this concept, I was I've got Sun in Aries, conjunct Venus. I mean, I got the energy going forward, right? So you might have considered me quite an aggressive person. I kind of mellowed out a little bit. And I didn't see that in myself, but other people were very uncomfortable with me pushing through stuff all the time, And I thought, well, I don't see it. But one time I went to lunch with my mother someplace, and we had to pull out of the parking lot. And there was a woman there that I knew, and I thought she was really pushy. I thought she was a really pushy woman, and she was very judgmental. And when we tried to drive out of the parking lot, her car was blocking us from leaving the parking lot. And so I thought about it afterwards, and we had to wait and wait and wait until she moved her car. And then I thought to myself, what is that woman showing me? And I realized that she was showing me that, yeah, I was kind of like that too. I was kind of aggressive, and I was seeing that in other women, especially other women, thinking, well, those are pretty pushy women. And then I realized, hey, you're kind of like that too, So yeah, Sandra, it's going to be reflected to us, but the challenge is to go into the heart and not feel bad about yourself when you see that, right? And just continue to love yourself enough to heal and recognize that, yeah, that's a reflection that you're seeing. What can I learn from that? How can I put that into practice? Right. And just continue to love myself more and more, and know that, that it's a journey that we all go through. Right. So thank you for that very much. But at times the judgments seem unjustified or invalid. Yeah. And that's the thing. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. So, if we choose to look at those things, other people being judgmental to us, how can we gracefully look at ourselves and think, well, how could I be more in love with myself at this time? It's not really the other people that we need to focus on. It's more about the self, because what you see is your own healing journey out in front of you, right? So to answer that, I hope that helps. That helps. Yeah, Sandra, thank you so much. Okay, so I wanna in the time that we have left, get into a meditation. So if you have any questions, just put them in the chat or let me know, and get really comfortable now and just sit comfortably. And we're going to do that breathing that we do in the 5 breath self-healing meditation. And that's imagining the golden particles above your crown chakra. And then you draw them in as you inhale, like a dolphin breath, going through your crown chakra. And then they go through the pineal gland, which is in the center of your head. And when they come out of the pineal gland, they turn into white light. And you're still inhaling and drawing it into your heart chakra. You lock it there, weave the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies together. And then exhale through your mouth. Let the light come up your shoulders and down your palms and into the different parts of your body that you're healing. But right now, we're just going to expand it from your heart outward and build a focus of love around you. So just start breathing and feel those golden particles coming through your crown chakra now. And as you inhale, draw them down into your heart, lock the breath, and just feel that magical space between the inhale and the exhale. Exhale, and let the light come out through your heart and begin to build this light of love, this circle of love and light, white light all around you, almost like you're bubbled in. And just keep breathing and feel the love of your creator self beginning to expand from your heart. And now let that light touch all of the 70 trillion cells in your physical body. And the memory of our creator self, our creator love, is held in every cell of our body. It's a beautiful, deep cellular memory of love. And just keep breathing and know that at this moment, there's no past and there's no future. It's just we're present in the actuality of now. And the breath brings us there. And just begin to expand, expand, expand this light. Feel yourself comfortable in this light. Let every cell in your body, in your physical body, feel this light. Activate the mitochondria, the powerhouses of every cell. Go deep into your cellular memory of love, the love of Creator, the Creator force that sent you here for this incarnation. And just feel within your heart and every cell of your body the gratitude for the opportunity to be here now. And if you feel any thoughts come up about the past or anything in your physical body or emotional or mental or spiritual body that you'd like to release, just let it go. Just recognize it and let it go and keep breathing. And now feel your light expanding from the cellular consciousness into your emotional body, which is the next body out, the etheric body. And keep breathing and expand out your mental body. And expand the light with your breath into your spiritual body. And know that you are held in this light every minute of every day in your life on earth. And though we might feel separation from this light, we are never truly separate. We are always held in the Creator's love and light. And so now feel this love for yourself. Place your right palm on your heart chakra in the middle of your chest and your left palm on top. And just breathe and feel the deep, deep love for yourself. And feel the love that Mother Earth has for you, that you came here to heal and to do this journey with her. And now feel the love expanding, this light expanding to your family, to your friends, and feel it just expand out into the world. And know that you are a vibrant part of Mother Earth and her own evolution, because Mother Earth is shifting as well as we are. And know that everything in your journey, this very moment, is just perfect. That all that you've gone through in your life has led you to this very moment. And you're in a perfect space to be, to just be. Now breathe and feel that light. And know that you can return to this space in meditation at any time, anywhere you are. Remember the light. Remember the love. Remember who you truly are. And just take a moment and feel this love, and feel the space that you've created now. The love of you, that who you are. What a beautiful time it is. What a beautiful life. What a beautiful opportunity we have from the Creator Force to be here now. So know that you're never alone. You're always held in love. And begin to feel yourself now sitting in your chair, wherever you might be. And come back slowly, slowly, slowly to join us again here now. Oh, that's going to take me a minute to go back to. That felt so nice. Just to know that we are nurtured and loved, and we have this entourage of angels and guides and guardian lights and goddess lights that are surrounding us and lighting our path. They won't do the journey for us, but they will light the path so that we know that we're not alone, and we'll see the next step. They just keep trying and trying to get us to take the next step in love. And I know I have a lot lighting my path, and I'm, we all have the challenges to move forward in love. So I pray that you come back to this meditation whenever you feel challenged, and just know that you might not understand, like Sandra said, you might not understand immediately what is this that's happening to me? Why is this happening? Go into this meditation and just ask to feel your creator light and to understand where you are and what's going on for you in the moment. Thank you, Barbara, for your comment. I'm glad that's what you needed to hear. I feel the same way. Yes. Yeah, Lisa, please. Go ahead.
Hi, thank you so much for that. I just wanted to add something after our session yesterday, Karinna, that came up when I was doing the 5 breath healing meditation, and when we're working on our pineal gland.
And the vagus nerve. Yeah.
And I just kind of got this kind of wave about not only cleansing that and strengthening that, but also to really feel and send love and compassion and gratitude to our blueprint.
Very good. That's nice.
because it feels like you were saying, like, why in the world would we have put this in our blueprint, as you're talking about? Yes. Like, and obviously our higher selves know why. It was kind of like, for my own thing, sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And so that's a little addition I just started adding when I'm
Yeah.
doing that part of it, is just,
Beautiful.
yeah.
So Lisa's talking about this vagus nerve activation, which is a really nice technique that Kahu recently put in the opening sequence. So it's just in the back of your head. You take the middle and index fingers and place them at that point in your spine at the top. I think it's thoracic 1 and 2. There's a dip there, and you place your fingers there and breathe. And we breathe when we're doing it on ourselves, we're breathing 5 times into the pineal upwards, and sort of upwards, it's kind of even, and then down this whole vagus nerve. And if you Google the vagus nerve, you'll realize that is it's a super nerve. It's like connected to the parasympathetic nervous system, every organ in your body, your breathing, your heart rate, everything responds into this vagus nerve. And it also goes into the sciatic nerve off of the bottom there. So it's affecting our whole nervous system. And that's a wonderful relaxation technique. So thank you for bringing that up, Lisa. And yes, love our blueprint. Because I was thinking also, just talking, from my perspective, I was thinking, why would I put all this about, this horrible thing I experienced with not being able to walk and all of that, and why would I put that in my blueprint? I need to get out, I need to go, I need to do these things, right? And I realized I'm grateful that I did, because I'm healing many, many past lives where I had lost my legs in various ways. And so, I mean, it's quite a journey to heal those and to see them go. You wouldn't think there are that many ways to lose your legs, but there are. And I know it's not going to happen in this lifetime to me. So, that's a nice thing. So, who knows why we're going through what we're going through. We put it with all our presence of the guides and the angels and the creator force into our blueprint. So I'm feeling for me, there's a reason for that. And I just am on a journey of discovering why every day. What is this about? And I think gratitude really helps too. Yeah. So thank you, Lisa. Got something in the chat here then. Judging, want to make sure I get all of this. Judging, however, forces us to examine the past, from Sandra. Thus, we can learn to reflect on the past differently. Yes, that's exactly it. Change the way you look at things, and the things you look at change. So you might have a different perspective on that now, as opposed to, when you were going through it. Definitely. And great thoughts to love. Thank you, Mahina Ku. Yeah. So we have any other comments before we move on? We're going to do the global healing meditation for Mother Earth this month on the 24th of November. And that's a beautiful, powerful collective meditation that we all do at 9 p.m. our local time. This is something Master Guide Kiro guided us to do many years ago, and we're just continuing to heal Mother Earth in this way, and especially keeping a light on the water systems of Mother Earth, and also areas of conflict. It's our way of sending light and being in love with our brothers and sisters around the earth plane. Also, I am going to repeat and do the First Steps online workshop again in February and March of next year. And we'll be doing it on 2 weekends. So it won't be kind of drawn out like the last one was. It'll be short. There's a special rate for graduates, which we have several graduates here. special rate for graduates. And if you already have the self-healing bundle, if you're a new student, then you can get a discount on that, because the bundle is a feature of the workshop. So there's information on that on my website and on the Signature Cell Healing website. First Steps to Signature Cell Healing is the beginning of the level 1 workshop. And I'm looking forward to doing level 1 workshops in 2024. If you'd like to host, it just takes a small group of people, and we can do a level 1. And I'm looking forward to doing that. It would be a lot of fun. And you can sign up for, make sure you have information about all of this on my website, sign up for newsletters. Any final comments from my wonderful ladies here today? Thank you so much for being here. And thank you for the heart, Wendy, and thank you for the wave. And please join me next month on Saturday, December 2nd for our Heart to Spirit Connections. And graduates of the First Steps to Signature Cell Healing online workshop, big feature, we have a monthly review session online. And it's a wonderful group of ladies that come together every third Saturday. So please, if you've taken the first steps, let me know, and we can give you more information about it. And if you're thinking about taking the online workshop, please do, because you'll have a community of healers that you can gather with to keep yourself fresh on Signature Cell Healing. So Signature Cell Healing level 2. Oh, let me get through level 1. But I am moving forward with level 2. I have a new level 1 manual that is just about complete, 95% complete. So we're working on perhaps an international workshop. So everything needs to be translated. So I'm getting level 1 altogether, and then I will get to level 2. And thank you for that question, Tama. So I'll see you again in a couple weeks, some of you, and next month for Heart to Spirit Connections. I love you all very, very much.